I gotta get that frog! Oh, wait.
See, originally, we kept going through this and thinking, is that like some sort of poisonous frog because of all the apparent green gas spewing out of it?
Yeah, it's this, you know,
Oh, boo-hoo!
it's his aura.
Can't get out of the castle.
Also, I really, really, really wanted to replace Malfoy's head with Christopher Walken's, but I couldn't get it to work right. It would just stay in the corner as a logo even after the fight ended, so I'm sorely disappointed. But blending the two of them together, it was frightening because with the exception of Christopher Walken being in black and white, it was like there was no difference.
Yeah. So
I'll have to post that in the thread.
So his thing here is that he throws firecrackers at you.
Yes, he's just like Punchinello! And you can attack him with magic. But the message that tells me that I have to pick up with the jump button flashed too quickly, so I didn't catch it.
Oh, you're supposed to throw them back at him?
You're supposed to pick them up and throw them back before they explode, I think?
Is this like Call of Duty or something? I seem to remember, I think it was Medal of Honor that said, made a point that you can pick up grenades and throw them back, but you would never have time to actually do that.
I think I'm actually supposed to whip out my flamethrower and air blast them back at him.
Call it an airstrike.
Occasionally, if he tries to switch things up by throwing a jar of his own urine at me, if I'm really quick, I can reflect that back.
I have been shown who is the boss.
At this point, though, I figured out that yes, it is the jump button, and I will continue jumping while picking up this shit, but whatever. It's very fickle, though, about when it actually wants to work.
So, wait, you did it once, but then you didn't notice it?
Famous or not, you won't get past
Well,
me.
I wasn't sure if waiting, a second and then these things start to swell up, if I picked it up it was going to explode and blow off my arm.
Just like 4th of July.
Pretty much. And also, I'm relatively certain that wizard crackers didn't cause any damage when Dumbledore used them in the first or second book.
Make sure you raise your attack this time.
No, I would have to raise my my magic attack, just in case.
Your FP.
They can only be raised by getting a flower box or flower jar.
Flower tab.
Yes.
They should make another Mario RPG game. Like that.
They already did.
Well, no, not like a Paper Mario, but like Mario RPG. Anyway, we gotta get to herbology, or whatever it is.
Yes, we do. I'm probably losing valuable house points by trying to open up these doors, which refuse to open. So, off you trot!
Off you go, then.
Harry, over here.
Oh my god, it's a bear.
Hello, Harry. It's me, Hagrid. Good to see you.
Good day.
It's Captain Lou Albino.
Keeper, of course. Can't believe how quickly everything.
Now, unfortunately, deceased.
Your friend Hermione's at the entrance to the greenhouse waiting for you.
I like how
I wonder how
I forgot like how Harry was supposed to know this guy. Probably because they threw like all of the parts of the book where he met him like into a 2-second cutscene at the beginning.
Your house points if you're tardy, don't you know?
I completely forgot about the cutscene at the beginning.
Yeah.
By like the time I was through with
It's
Charms.
so bizarre that like all the story is like thrown away into these one panels, and then it's like 40 minutes of going through a maze.
I look forward to some high-quality Square Enix-style 40-minute cinematics explaining Harry Potter's origins at the beginning of the next game. I don't mean Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, I mean the next one that comes out, which presumably is going to be the first part of Deathly Hallows.
You don't think they'll put it into one big game?
I'm not really sure. They probably have no idea how it ends because nobody at EA read the books. That's just the impression I'm getting from this.
They're like reading some guy's like summary from GameFAQs, or some site like that.
This is just based off of some Harry Potter fan
So
fiction.
Harry Potter was like this wizard, right? But he wasn't. He was a kid, and he lived.
He was known as the kid who lived, or something.
And that's all they had to work with.
Because he escaped from Voldemort while, doing some really extreme moves on his skateboard.
I wonder if there's something important about this one flower. The
Nope.
one flower in this garden.
Nope, it's just a flower.
This was the rendering limitations of computers back then.
Well, Cherry Doom swears to me because I thought everything here would probably be special and unique in some sort of way to get to class or another part of the castle. She says that apparently the layout changes from game to game, so... I mean, I have to say that seems a little stupid, but I can understand that they were probably severely limited, which is why this looks like a rehash of Princess Peach's castle from Super Mario 64.
Biology lesson is just past Professor Sprout's garden.
G'day!
What?
Okay. Go on, Harry.
Now, hold on a
Get
minute.
to the lesson.
I'm just used to having people say that when, you walk up to them and engage in
Go on.
conversation.
I'll be along as soon as Neville gets here. I'll wait for Neville. You go on to the lesson.
They need a British character anyway.
Well, okay.
Well, this is also when originally going through this I noticed, god damn, there is not a sound in this except for my own sound effects. No music.
It's immersive.
I just feel that it works.
It's just like you're in Hogwarts, pulling jelly
I'm
beans
pretty
out of
sure-
a dragon statue.
I am fairly certain that Hogwarts would at least have some speakers placed around at random spots in order to generate music. Fortunately, though, this actually shows off a rather, we'll say, much more interesting part of the game, where you're given free reign to basically roam around and explore. And there are also enemies just sort of like wandering around on the premises. So this is like...
Does the game get you into this mindset where you have to use your spells on everything,
Pretty much.
even though it doesn't really work a whole lot?
That would be correct. Also, that was the original sound effect that these guys come with when you knock them out. Alright? It just happens to sound exactly like something out of Zelda 64. I mean, you're using magic as your use button. I mean,
Yeah.
it's to be expected. You're gonna try it on everything. I mean, we're gonna be hearing Flipendo probably thousands of times in just this video alone.
Can't wait. So what sort of, like, security are they getting from this maze full of spiked snails?
These are fire slugs, similar to fire crabs. Watch for them to replace a nasty horde of chocolate frogs.
Well, now he just sounds like the old guy from Jurassic Park.
Chocolate frogs can change gender at either or at any opportunity because they're amphibians. That would be awesome if
They
later
can
on
change
during the nighttime
they can change between light chocolate and dark chocolate.
That would be terrific, though, if later on we could incorporate that into the nighttime roaming around segments by changing the gnomes into velociraptors.
Just like pull out the models from Trespasser.
When did that come out, anyway? 1999?
I think so.
Yeah, so theoretically it should be workable into this. I'm not going to do it, of course, because it sounds like a lot of time and effort. Really, this game doesn't deserve it.
Somebody else can get on that.
We're looking at you, Megaspell.
That was 1998. Trespassing.
I was close.
Yeah.
Now, man-eating plants, or at least ankle-biting plants that have another mouth on their backside.
For some reason.
You can't actually damage them yet. You will not be able to defend against them until herbology.
I like how there's not a whole lot of like thought into how these creatures evolve. They're just like, well, they're magic.
A wizard did it.
You know what would be cool? A plant that has a mouth on its back, even though it already has a mouth.
It could be similar to a Venus flytrap, except instead of the traditional Venus flytrap, it's more prone to trying to attack for food, and it has an additional mouth because it ate its conjoined twin that grew too close to it, and then it incorporated it somehow into the DNA, and this is exactly how evolution works.
My uncle isn't a monkey.
Ho ho! Also, the water seems to be shooting out of
They kind of got it going the wrong way there.
Yeah.
It's going right there, I think, on the right.
Maybe they just sort of mirrored it.
Somehow that worked out.
Yeah, but I noticed that almost immediately about the ones on the left. It's really startling.
It's startling that they would mess it up that badly, and you'd think that it's something you think they would notice at some point.
Yep. There it is. It's clearly coming out right on
Quality
this
assurance.
What? Somebody's insulting Harry Potter.
Rock Tumbler's jumping up from his desk at work right now.
He's knocking over his bong in a rage. This actually makes the scene, this whole sequence of exploring shit, a lot more bearable.
His treasure chests are pretty generous. You get like 1,000 beans and a frog.
Well, I would imagine that's why Filch is always so pissed off. Every single day he's got to go around and refill the chests with every flavored beans and frogs. That's a lot of fucking chests. That's just 3 in this particular room. Right.
Like, you should just forget about wizarding and just, like, go into the business of selling jelly beans.
I don't want to get my legs broke by the Jelly Belly Corporation. Manufacturers of Bertie Bott's every flavored beans. You could tell that they're in every flavored bean if they're twice as expensive as normal jelly beans, because they actually taste like the thing that they're supposed to be.
Wow.
The same goes for Jelly Belly in general. It's just, for jelly beans, for candy, it's kind of a little expensive. Also, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that little path right there that I ignored for some reason probably leads to another wizard card, so I will have to backtrack for that later.
Oh, great.
You see the little cement thing?
Mm-hmm.
There are parts of it later on that you come across that, for whatever reason, I just seem to have forgotten to actually collect it, or to explore everything and collect whatever's there, because everything is fun to collect.
What do you actually do with the frogs?
Their health.
Oh.
It would be nice if the golden frog would, give you more health, but they do
It'd be nice if there was some logical reason for why a frog heals you.
Chocolate frogs. If you remember from the book, they were one of the first few things that Harry Potter had while he was on the Hogwarts Express, which he got on after, having to ride along the side of it on his broom and shoot at the guys that were on top of it. With Dudley, or whatever the hell his name was, just shouting out, "Look the fuck out, Harry the train!"
That was after the motorcycle chase with the Russians.
Fucking scripted motorcycle chases.
AKA all of GTA 4.
if they made a Harry Potter game with the Grand Theft Auto 4 engine,
It would be the
it would be the
best.
greatest thing. Great game or greatest game ever. Yes, so that one back there
Yeah.
is the one that I would need to go back for. Which will have to, unfortunately, wait until after herbology.
Because you've been late
Herbology?
for this class for about 6 hours now.
Well, at this point I have like -4 points anyway, so whatever. And I haven't even gotten the penalties yet for just repeatedly slamming myself into Quirrell's head. But I imagine that's another -50 points.
Well, you still have those, like, hundreds of points that Hermione has assured you that you're gonna get for doing so well.
You did really well, Harry.
I'm sure they'll give you, like, 1,000 points for all that. I'm so sure we're just gonna assume that we have them.
You know what would be really awesome here? If instead of just having beans in this shit, you know, hitting a dragon statue would allow you to have some sort of map of the area?
We doesn't get
Spout
the
up
map
somewhere?
until later in the books.
Oh yeah, I forgot the second one, I think.
Oh.
No, it was the first one. The point being that some sort of map or a staircase to lead you back to another courtyard
Sort
like
of
that would probably be
teleport
very useful.
spell.
Teleport!
It's
I can't wait until I get to experiment with the time machine. Because, let's just be honest, this is really fucking confusing here.
well, it is a maze, but
It's a maze with a fairly linear path, though, that just has a couple of deviations. Unfortunately, the deviations all look exactly the same. Dragon statue in the middle of square object. Well, whatever. We're at the end of this bullshit anyway,
Yeah.
so...
maybe next time on Let's Play Harry Potter.
Wow.
Oh, what?
How the hell did it take them that long to get there? I was dicking around.
Where? How did they? What? Why is there a secret passage just to this random?
Hey, Harry. Look at
Hey.
that. 25 beans. Thanks for
They-
helping us out, Harry.
It's supposed to be humorous or something, I guess.
I hope you don't have this one yet. Come on, George. We've got work to do.
We've got beans to collect.
Do they have? Do they even go to class? Or do they just tool around in their little hidden passage?
They end up dropping out in like their 5th or 6th year anyway. So I'm not really sure what the deal is. See, didn't that seem to be much more well placed for the amount of effort they go into collecting a wizard card?
Pretty much.
But here we are, it's the greenhouse. It doesn't really look like a greenhouse from the front, but I assure you there is one here. Yeah, and we're gonna meet some new enemies next time.